this video, you will learn some great Excel AI features that can help you save tons of time. Did you know you can extract names from a list of sentences by using Excel's equals AI formula? How about creating a table on virtually anything, like finding the top 10 countries by population? Well, these are just some small examples of what this function can do. So let me show you how to install it for free, and I'll share 5 of its most incredible features to boost your productivity. To install this feature, it actually works as an add-in. So on the home page, we have the option add-ins. Just click on it and go under more add-ins. Once we get this pop-up, under the search bar, just look for ChatGPT. And we will go for the third one here that says ChatGPT for Excel. And click on add. We can just agree on their policy and after a while it should generate over here to the side. As you can see right now I am on the free trial mode, so it should hopefully look exactly the same for you. Now let's get started with the first and simplest feature, which is Ai.ask. So over here you can see that we have this Excel file which you can download for free in the video description. And the first question is, who is the CEO of Microsoft? So we can type equals Ai.ask and we will get all of these options. So we will go with the ask as we just have a question here. This is the prompt for us. It's basically what you are asking. You can put it in quotations as well if you want to. We will close the parentheses and hit enter. And you can see that we got the name of the CEO. So that's all looking correct. And let me show you one more thing. What if I made a slight change in the question? Will it be updated here or not? So I'll change the word from CEO to owner and hit enter. And yes, here we got the answer. Bill Gates and Paul Allen founded Microsoft in 1975. That's perfect. Now let's be honest, that was quite an easy question. We could have just looked that up on the Google as well. So let's go with something slightly harder. And over here we want to write an email telling my manager that I want a day off on upcoming Monday because of something very important. So hopefully this is a bit more challenging for it. We can type equals Ai.ask, and this is just our prompt. We will close that and hit enter. Now let's see what it comes up with. Wow, great. You can see here that it generated a subject and it's also got the manager's name here as an input and a whole lot of text as well. So it's looking fairly professional in my opinion. So far, so good. And finally, let's ask it for something a bit more Excel oriented. Like over here, we have what Excel formula should I use to get the revenue of sales if I have a cost and a profit column. So let's go ahead and do is equal to ai.ask here again, and we will select this prompt and close the parentheses. So it says here that you can use this formula, which is actually the same function that I had in my mind. If I keep reading, you can see that it even generates the entire formula for us. So it's really quite a powerful tool. Alright, so that's the first and simplest feature. And it's actually quite similar to just ChatGPT. So let's do something a bit trickier with the AI.fill. So over here you can see that we have this list of cities, their country and their continent. And we would like to continue this down. Now for this we can actually use the equals ai.fill. And it's important that we have these examples above. As you can see, we show it what we mean by a country and what we mean by the continent. So we just select these as our examples, hit the comma key, and then the partial is the parts that are basically missing, right? Which are all of these cities over here. We can close the parentheses now and hit enter. Awesome. And now you can see that it seems to have filled all of these incorrectly. Hopefully you are starting to see that this fill feature is very useful. Now, after the fill feature, in number 3, we have the AI.extract feature, which is quite similar to the flash fill. In case you are not familiar with it, let's take a look over here. So you can see that I have the first name of a person, the last name, and I would like to merge these two. For this, we can use the flash fill. We just need to type it once ourselves. So let's type Josh and then the second name. And now I am just going to select this and go to Control E. I'm just pressing Control E. This is what's known as the flash fill, which basically does the same action as above. So you might think, alright, I want to do the same thing over here where it says my name is Josh Smith and I just want to extract the name itself. So Let's try this. Josh Smith. And I want to do this for all of the other ones. So I would hit the control E again, but you can see that this time it doesn't work. This is Sarah J, etc. And the reason is because these aren't consistent, right? Sometimes they have some words in front, other times they have them after, and so forth. So it's not very easy for Excel to find a pattern. That's where this AI function comes in. So we would type equals AI.extract, hit the tab key there, and the values are all of these over here. Press comma, and what do we want to extract? Well, just the names. We will close up parentheses and hit enter. Now you can see that this one does it perfectly. So it seems like it's superior to just this flash wheel. Now let's try the same thing but with emails. You can see over here we have the same inconsistencies with the words before and after, but we just want to extract the emails. So you can see even some of them don't end in .com, like this one that ends in .co. So let's see how it manages. Press is equal to AI.extract, hit the tab key there, and the values are all of these over here. Press comma, and we want to extract their emails. Close the parentheses and hit enter, and you can see how we got the emails. Next up in number 4, we have the equals AI.translate, but with a bit more complex, but we will cover that before we cover the fifth and probably most powerful feature. So over here you can see that we have some text in English that, let's say, we want to translate into French. For this we would just type equals AI.translate, and the value is going to be the whole text, comma, and what language do we want it in French, let's say, and hit enter. There's the translation, and it's probably going to save you a bit of time compared to Google Translate. And one great thing, we can make a drop down here to switch around different languages. For this we can go over to data tab and click on data validation, this tick mark right here. I want to get a list, and I want that list to be all of the languages that let's suppose I want to translate by. So let's say Spanish, comma, Japanese, comma, French, comma, Arabic, and hit OK. Now in this drop down, if I switch to Japanese, you will notice that all of this is going to switch in a second. Isn't that an awesome thing? And now moving on to number 5, we have the AI.table. So let's take a look over here. We have a request for a table where it says to find the 10 biggest countries in the world by population. So we would just type equals AI dot table, and the prompt is basically this part right here. We can close up the parentheses and just hit enter. You can see we have the full country list with their population. It's all looking fairly accurate. Even better though, if we wanted to add some further headers, we can just change the prompt a bit. So instead of just by population, we could put a comma there, and let's say also by continent. Hit enter there, and you will see how all of this regenerates. Now, what if we also wanted to have some structured column up above? Over here, we didn't really have the column headers. But let's say down below that we want to have them like here. And we don't want anything from the internet. Instead, we just want some random data, like a list of random 10 people. So for this, we can also go with equals AI.table. The prompt is that we want the list of 10 people, press comma, and now we can actually use the headers. Which are all of these headers that we have up above here? Let me just select all of them. Close up the parentheses and hit enter. Awesome. Now you can see that it's using it correctly. These do look like the first names, while these other look like the last names. With the ages, there's no strange age like anyone that's 200 years old. This is a great thing. I found it very useful. Like sometimes I need a random data set to make tutorials, and this AI feature is going to help me a lot. All right, that was it for today's video. These were the 5 Excel AI features you can use and be more productive. If you want to learn more about Excel, Excel data analysis, and dashboards, data entry, please visit our channel, and I'll see you in my next video.